This has totally solved the traction roll issue. Came right at me and still on all four. Welcome to this Junior's Gasoline Alley. Today we are playing with my Losi Super Baja Rey. This is one of my favorite trucks that I have. It's an absolute blast, and over this past year I've used it a ton, certainly to its detriment. So one of the things that just isn't quite perfect on the truck has been its suspension tuning, and that is something that we're going to fix today. Basically, what we're doing is we're adding some GPM springs. These springs are just a little bit thicker for the front and the rear, and then we'll go ahead and do some shock tuning on this by upping the shock oil weight, and we'll talk about that as well. So before we go too much further into it, let me pull off the body and let's just get it done. And just like that, off the body comes. And now we're left with our chassis here. And in fact, this is pretty interesting. So if we jump right into here, look at what's going on with this spring. Is that not interesting? I gotta go into the front and see what we got going here. I'm not sure if you can see this, but check out the stick that was stuck inside the truck. I'll tell you what, this thing has definitely been going through some bashing. Now the front spring has something going on. It's definitely kinked up and messed up. You can see that this definitely got damaged. So I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but obviously, oh, and this feels like absolute junk too. So obviously this didn't go very well. Not entirely sure what happened with it, but it's a good thing we're taking this stuff apart. All right, and out comes this rear shock. So checking this bad Larry out, these are much longer, of course, than the front shock. The rear one looks to be in decent shape, although the top ball joint did fall out, but I think that's probably not going to be an issue. All right, so here we are with all four shocks. We've got the two front, which one of them seems a bit damaged, but I think those are going to be okay. And then we've got the rear shocks, which are also here, and it's basically time for us to break in with some degreaser and see how we can clean them up. I'm going to first go ahead and just compress the shock a little bit in order to bring the spring perch off, and then the spring itself is going to come off too. And here's going to be the shock. And feeling the shock out, you know, it actually does feel all right. And yeah, there you go. You got the two shocks. They are feeling fairly okay. And essentially what I'm feeling for, and who knows if it's right, but I just want to make sure they broke the shock, which they sure seem to. But now we're going to have to start with the front shock to be able to get this guy to come off. Basically here, I think same process to get this to come off. Just lefty-loosey. That should open it up enough to be able to convince the spring perch to come off, and off will come the spring. So this is the non-damaged one, but I'm going to go ahead and take some of this simple green here, or rather super clean, I should say. Get that to spray this stuff. Get it. Basically, there's no point in servicing these and leaving them disgustingly dirty. And just like that, all the shocks are somewhat cleaned up. I mean, it's nothing perfect, but this should give us a chance to clean off the counter here. So now I'm hoping to start pulling these guys apart and essentially seeing what it looks like inside of the shock. We're gonna have to do something with the shock oil, but hopefully I can figure that part out. Get the top off of this one, and holy smokes. Let's see if you can see this here. Look at how disgusting that shock oil is. That is, about as bad as it gets. So, clearly this is time. Clearly this is a good thing that we're doing the shock oil here. Man, I'm surprised at how bad the oil is inside of these shocks. No wonder it's feeling poorly. Yeah, geez. And looking at this front one, same deal. Almost no shock oil unless you completely compress it. So another shock full of just absolutely contaminated oil. And this is the one that was feeling really sticky. And that is no surprise considering what we just came across here. Now that we've gotten everything cleaned up and it's time to put oil back into these shocks, we're going to do a couple of things. First off, I created this little box here that you can see is holding the shocks. This is going to keep my rears together, fronts together, and now it's going to be time to start putting some shock oil in. And I was doing some research. Team Losi actually has a setup video that was pretty interesting. So stock, they were running 30 front, 30 rear stock on these shocks. However, they were suggesting if you're running in conditions that are a little more along the lines of pavement or hard pack, you might go up to 40 or 50 weight oil. So in my selection of oils here, I don't actually have that many great choices, but I do have some 35 weight and I've got some 60 weight. And so in the front, I think I'm going to fill these up almost completely 35 weight, add just a little bit of 60 to beef it back up. And then in the rear, I'm probably going to want to run those just a touch firmer. So I'll go ahead and put in some 35 weight as well as a partial 60 weight too. So starting with the fronts here, let's go ahead and just start tossing the oil in. So I'm going to go roughly about 3/4 of the way up. It's perfect. And in the rear, going about half of the way up. And now we'll take the 60 weight shock oil and fill them up the rest of the way here. And you're not going to go entirely to the brim, so you'll see this one, I ended up having a little bit of extra oil going in, so I got to dab that out. Get that cleaned up. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just cycling the shocks, making sure that they're functioning properly and that no air is trapped inside, because we do want to bleed the shocks just as much as we can. But they are certainly feeling considerably better than before. So once that is all done, we should be able to screw our caps right back on. Go through. We'll do this smoothly. Just screw these on just like when they were fresh. Boom. And we definitely don't need to wrench down on them, but we do want to make sure nice and snug. So go ahead, just do that on each one of these. Perfect. And now that we've gotten these shocks done, let's go ahead and cycle them. And essentially what we're looking for is when they're squeezed, it pops back just a little bit like it does there. Just a little bit of preload because these do have that bladder cap. But perfect. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Compresses all the way and bounces back just a little bit. So time to put in our bigger springs and go ahead and get these things rolling. Gotta say, I'm feeling pretty excited about this so far because it's gonna have to. I mean, there's just no way that it's not gonna feel better now that this is all solved. And here we should be able to see a bit of the difference. So they claim that it's a 0.4 millimeter difference in the thickness of the springs, and they definitely feel a bit different. So go ahead and take our front shock there. Go ahead and get one of these caps, and just like that, we now have, yeah, I think this is definitely going to be a bit stiffer than the original. Do the same on the other side here. That clipped in. There we are. Got our two front shocks rebuilt. Cut into the back, and same deal with the rear springs. So these should be a little bit stiffer than the originals, which hopefully means get to run a lot less preload. We will leave just a hair of preload on there, but go ahead and slide that back on. Get that settled in. And here we are. So that's definitely going to feel a bit better than the other. And just to check the spring compared to the other one, you can see the rears are ever so slightly longer between the two. And it is a little bit thicker coil, or so it feels to the touch. Get that lined up, just about the same. Bump stop goes in, this drops down. Magic. Shock is put back together again. So with the shocks rebuilt, it's time to put them back in. So before I was running them both forward position. In this case, I'm going to be running the shock now in the forward position up top and one back in the middle position on the rear. And the reason for this is that should give it good handling in the high grip situations that we're looking for. Before, it was certainly in its most plush format with long travel. And then if we go all the way back, it would end up putting it into its firmest position, which I don't think is entirely necessary. So I'm going to go ahead, slide this back in, and start the reinstallation process. There you go. So we've got the new springs and shocks all installed. And I gotta say, it definitely is feeling a lot better. The back feels good. The front feels so much better now that those springs and the shocks are all refreshed up. It doesn't have that catchiness, and I'm really excited to see how this feels outside. I'm gonna leave you guys while I get the body and everything else back on, but let's go ahead and go bashing and see how they handle. So the truck has been reset back up now with those GPM springs, shocks all done, and it's really time to find out whether or not this is gonna perform any better than it was doing before. Now with the new shocks. So I'm really hoping that it does. So far it seems to be handling pretty good. Definitely slowing down a little bit better. Oh yeah, didn't roll over. Normally it would in a case like that. Oh, this is way more planted than before. Not having any of that traction roll issue that it was having before. Yeah, look at that thing. planted. Oh, this is terrific. Look at that. Even as it's getting a little squirrely, it's still staying planted. Go up and around here. All right, I was under throttle there. No rollover. All right, so we did get it up just a little bit. But so far, so good. Definitely happy with how this is feeling right now. All right. Whoops. Luckily, no problem. Oh, and the dog's getting in at it. Oh, this has totally solved the traction roll issue. Came right at me and still on all four. Oh, I'm so happy with how this is handling. So even on some high traction surface here, you can see it's still doing a very good job of not traction rolling. Oh. Oh yeah, look at that. Punched in the nose a little bit. Done, fixed. That'll buff out. But that might not. Oh, I just replaced this bumper. What a bummer. What a bummer.